I'm feeling more pressure to produce content, so here are a few things I've noticed on the recent episode. Nothing earth-shattering here. It still seems that the problems of embedded agency, and particularly the twin prisoners dilemma, are the central theme of the season. But maybe I'll start with my suspicion that Caleb's flashbacks wearing the eye mask may be an incident where he went rogue in the middle of the conflict. It wouldn't be the first time that a soldier saw a chance to grab some loot while fighting for his country. This would fit very well into the themes of embedded agency, particularly subsystem alignment, and the idea that a soldier should be a subsystem of his chain of command, but despite this theoretical duty, he still has his own separate motives. Calling back to the themes of division based on classification, related to what I view as possible Marxist and fascist commentaries in the season, is the name of the drug Liam administers to Caleb: genre. There are readily apparent parallels between classifications of people into types and the classifications of narratives into genres in the perennialist view of Westworld. As I've explained previously, Westworld views both human souls and stories equally as narrative encapsulations of an all-pervading universal truth. So in the same way that stories are all basically the same at heart, or at least centered on the same truth, in Westworld's view, sentient beings are also likewise similar to each other on a deep level, despite the classifications we are put into. I also want to note that using classification as the descriptor for individuals seems like a purposeful choice on the part of the Nolans. Using the words score, rank, or rating would be much more natural in this situation. The term classification draws attention very literally to issues of socioeconomic class, social division, and class as a component of identity. Returning to a topic more closely related to perennialism, we get a couple of very direct references to Brave New World in this season. In previous seasons, there was the fact that Bernard was the name of the protagonist of Huxley's Brave New World, the fact that Ford is a deity-like figure in both works, and the overall themes of independence, control, and decadence. But this season we see an explicit reference to the soma drugs of Huxley's Brave New World society, as well as in the 5th episode this week, a pretty hard parallel to the ending of that novel. At the end of the novel, Bernard is spoken to by one of the alphas of Brave New World's society, who tells him that he does not fit into their rigid classification system. Though instead of killing him or subjecting him to re-education as done to the protagonist of 1984, he is instead offered a life in isolation on an island, a situation clearly paralleled by Sirach's isolation of unpredictable people. Finally, I want to note the parallels between what Sirach says about the isolated unpredictables and the problem with creating a stable human replica outside of a VR simulation.
He didn't fit the world anymore, and the world didn't fit him.
This is an example of a completely original idea on the part of the Nolans, a minor improvisation on the usual Eden/Brave New World narrative loop as far as I know, and I'd like to see what kind of argument they are making around it with the show. I'm going to leave an end card which links to my previous video on perennialism in Westworld. I alluded to that video earlier. Thanks again for listening. I hope everyone is staying safe out there. I'm Shiva's right foot, and I'll talk to you next time.